I spoke this afternoon with new AWS CEO Matt Garman in his first interview in the role. Out of the gate, he argued there's a lot more to enterprise AI than ChatGPT.
It's not just one application. It's not just a chatbot that you can put on your website and have talk to your customers, which is a very cool application, by the way. But many customers, if they stop there, they're not going to get the true value out of what this technology is bringing to them. We want a set of services that'll help customers be able to build guardrails so they can build safe applications, combine multiple models together where it's not just one model that's going to give them the best performance. It's going to be sometimes a small model and a big model and a variety of different providers that are bringing models together. Its capabilities like associating it with your enterprise data and a RAG index so that you can make sure that you have sources of truth when you're trying to answer questions. And when we look across our customer set, it's not just chatbots. We have folks like Pfizer who are actually using generative AI to help them do drug discovery. And they estimate it saves AWS and Bedrock, which is our service that kind of helps you build these applications, save them over $1 billion this year in going and building and finding new drugs.
Garman's been at AWS for nearly 20 years, since pretty much the beginning of the effort. He was recruited out of business school by none other than current Amazon CEO Andy Jassy.
The pitch that Andy gave was, we're doing kind of an internal startup, and it's going to be technology related, and I can't really tell you more than that. And to me, that sounded pretty interesting. I was like, oh, I'd love to see how a big company goes and does a startup inside of a company. And I like technology. It sounded awesome. Most of my business school classmates were kind of scared off by that. They wanted to go work in books or sporting goods or something that was a little bit more well known. But even there, I think Amazon, we look at hiring smart people that can go and solve problems. And so there is ambiguity in that space. We kind of embrace that. We want people that are going to be curious and go learn about a space and then really focus on what is the customer problem. And I think if you're too prescriptive early on, you may not have an open mind about what customers actually want you to go deliver.
Okay, so football metaphor, when did you get that tap on the shoulder saying, okay, like as a quarterback, now it's get ready to get in the game and lead the division?
Yeah, well, the first, so I started out in the product and engineering side of Amazon, and I built many of our early services, and so that's where that I grew up, right? And I was effectively AWS's first product manager, and so I started there, and then I took on engineering teams and led our compute business and built some storage offerings and kind of a lot of that product and engineering side. And I did that for probably 13 years, and I led some very technical teams. I had hypervisor teams and operating systems teams and deep storage focused teams. And then one day, Andy asked me into his office, said, hey, Matt, I think you should lead our sales and marketing organization. And I literally looked over my shoulder and I was like, me? I don't know. I don't know about that. He's like, you'll be great. It'll be a good opportunity for you to go learn that space. And so I think that was one of the first times that I was like, oh, okay. I mean, that is a good, if I really am going to take over for the whole organization, that would be a very good spot for me to learn and be well versed in. And I had a great time. I've led that organization for the last 4 years.
I also spoke to Garman about CNBC's report that he's been in Silicon Valley meeting with startups and sweetening the deal for them to operate on AWS.
Startups are an incredibly important part of what we do. Today's startups are the enterprises of tomorrow. They rapidly grab onto new technologies and they push us. And I think one of the things that we love at AWS and why I love working in this space is we get to learn from our customers. And it's one of the things that we do is we take that feedback. We learn where are the ways that our services can get better, what are the capabilities that people are looking for. And startups are on that bleeding edge, right? They really want to push us and understand how we can help them move faster. And so it's a huge priority for me to spend time with those early startups to really understand. And you're right, I was fortunate enough to get to spend some time last week with some startups up in Silicon Valley. And to me, there's nothing more exciting and energizing than listening to those early startups and understanding what are the challenges they're seeing, what are the things they're most excited about, and how can we help them accelerate what their view is and go faster in there, because time is money for them.
The startups push you, but they also end up pushing the bigger customers, don't they? I mean, it seems like they're the ones who pushed on cloud, right? When the big enterprises saw, hey, these startups are going to eat my lunch if they're dealing with this cutting edge technology. They're able to get better performance. They're able to get it at better cost. If we don't start adopting this, right? Totally. Isn't that part of how this works?
It's part of it for sure. And I remember, early on in the cloud, startups thought this was an incredible, like they didn't have to spend their VC money on building and buying infrastructure. They could just rent it by the hour. And the value proposition was incredible for them. And then it wasn't just cost. They found out that they moved faster, that they could innovate more rapidly, they could take advantage of all the services that we were providing. And you're right. It was, I remember early on in AWS, I went and met with a number of banks out in New York, and and I got a lot of, well, we'll never run in the cloud. And, and to be honest, like the services have obviously matured over the last 15, 20 years, so that there's a lot more capabilities that didn't exist back then, where they might have been right back in 2007. But today, there's that push. There is a feeling like, a startup financial services company could push a traditional bank. There is one of the very first companies to come out with a COVID vaccine was Moderna. It wasn't one of the big original pharma folks. And Moderna was 100% in AWS in the cloud, and it gave them a lot of that agility.